Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Uko M and I create career content and lifestyle content all around, trying to inspire for those who are looking for inspiration and for those who are looking for motivation. The main reason why I started this channel, I just wanted to bring about positive impact to those who are struggling to their careers and a bit of dash of my lifestyle. So in this video I'll be doing it's gonna be a sit down. We are talking all things CVs and interview tips. In my last previous sit down, I actually spoke about current applicable job posts for those who are looking to do their articles for 2025 up until 2029. If you're looking for a job and you're looking for articles with like a firm to sign up for your articles with, I give you all the companies that currently have open articles as of April 2024, and some of the job posts that are currently open, they actually close on the 30th of May 2024, and some are closing quite late in September, some are closing in December 2024. So if you're still looking and you're still on the market looking for where to do your articles, you're also looking for where to do your work work, you're trying to build your CV as a student, please check out that video. In this current video, I'll be talking like how to prepare your CV and how to what are the interview tips that I can give those who will be applying for those jobs. And even if you're not applying for those jobs specifically, I think the tips and the hints I'll be bringing up are actually applicable across all job applications, and it does not necessarily have to be like a CASA job that you're looking for. Just a disclaimer, these are things that worked for me and I think can work for someone else, and it's easy to assume that everyone knows this information, but I'm aware that not everyone was taught these skills or not everyone is aware of this, and generally this thing can be like general knowledge to other people, but please bear in mind that there are people who really don't know these things. And just to give a background, I once worked for a company, like an accounting firm, and the accounting firm was actually hiring people from like your top universities, from like the top universities. People like were applying from UCT and all of that, UWC and all the big institutions, and a lot of people did not have their CVs in the right order. This is actually what inspired me to do this video, because sometimes we think we know like how a CV must look like, but people are doing the wrong thing. So I just want to like highlight important things that you should put and all of that. So I'm not going to be giving you like information that's not out there. The information is out there, just that I'm aware that not everyone knows these things. So here are the things that you must be on the lookout for when you're doing your CV. The most important thing, before we even get to the context of your CV, please do not have your CV on Word document. Your CV needs to be on PDF, especially if you have to attach it. If you have to print it and you're sending it somewhere, obviously it's going to be like a hard copy, but nowadays you literally have to upload it on the portal that the company has. So first thing, you need to save your CV in PDF format. Second thing is, do not make a cover letter for your CV. Companies no longer accept CVs with cover letters, or they find that your CV has too many pages. Please do not make your CV to have a cover letter. At the top of your CV, you need to have all your full details: your name, surname, address, maybe ID number. If you're not comfortable with putting your ID number, you can just put your date of birth and your birthday, and then you can put also your address. When you put in your address, please try to avoid putting the full address. Just say maybe like, let's say you stay in Rondebosch, you stay in Forest Hill, and the block number is like 13. Just put Rondebosch, Cape Town, Western Cape, and then you put the postal code. You don't have to put like Forest Hill, block 13, Cape Town, and the full street number and say Rondebosch and all of that. This is so that in case your CV lands on the wrong hands, you are safe. It is something that has been recently been coming up, that people must be skeptical of putting their exact address number. But it's important for the firm to know where are you at, whether you would need to relocate or not, and how quick are you available for the jobs. So you still need to put your address, but you can just put Rondebosch, Cape Town, Western Cape, and you put the postal code. And then after that, you start putting your education. So there's actually there's a Harvard template. There's a template that has been released by Harvard, which gives you the details of how you should have your CV like in an overall overview. And I really like that format, and that's the format I have been using for the past few years. So I'm also referencing to it, and I will post that template that Harvard has released of how CVs should be like. I saw this template on Twitter, and it's very similar to how I was usually making my CVs. And to be honest, my CVs, when they land to the right hands, they've always been accepted. I've never had someone who says, I don't like your CV, or they have an issue with the CV. So I do think it's an overall accepted template. That for this template, I have actually realized that some companies, this is for your companies that use AI generated systems to basically to look through the CVs, they might reject it, or the system might not pick it up. I have never received a concrete feedback why was the CV not accepted by the system. So I do think that maybe if you're aware of those AI generated HR systems that they use, you can pass your CV through that. But in general, if your CV lands onto the right hands, they will most likely get your whatever information that you've put there, and they will be able to read it and all of that. And to those who are applying to the Big Four firms, it's going to be a bit tricky for those ones, because some of the CVs do go through the AI generated system, but not all of them. So I think this overall CV application can be adopted, and you can change it where it's necessary, depending on how you feel about the CV. And also, just another tip, I have once paid those resume websites to do my CV, and they literally gave me a similar CV as what I had. So I do think what I'm about to give you is very relevant, and it actually does apply. So now, after you have your name and all the details at the top, just as in the middle, you put it at the top, nothing fancy, nothing long. And then the next thing you put your education. When you put in your education, you first start with your latest qualification. If you are currently, let's say you graduated last year 2019, and you graduated last year 2023, and currently you are doing your CTA or you are doing your honors, the first thing that you're gonna put 2024 current, and then you put your honors that you're currently doing. Then the second thing you're gonna put is that your degree qualification that you got last year 2023, and you put the year that you got your qualification. Please write your qualification as it is on your qualification. Don't use the slang that you might call your qualification. Like, for example, we have become accounting. Don't just write become accounting. There are so many different types of become accounting. We have the become accounting CA stream, we have become accounting taxation, we have become accounting general. So be specific on what become accounting do you have, or what become accounting you're doing. If you're doing, for example, humanities, be specific on the type of humanities you're doing. Because, for example, I know in humanities there's gender studies, there's social sciences, there's PPE, philosophy, and all of that. Put the details how they are on your degree or on your qualification. And if you're still a student who currently does not have a qualification, just put the fact that you are currently doing that specific qualification, and put the full details of the name of the qualification. And then the third thing, we're still under education, do put your high school, where you did your high school, and if you have any other qualifications that you have, also put them in an order of the latest one that you've received, and put them in that order. And at the end, put your high school. Some people don't like putting their high school, and it's understandable, because some people can be very biased based on which high school do you come from. and which high school did you study at. But I still say that please put your high school. And then, because also based on your high school, some people can actually really like you. I know people who went to really prestigious high schools, and those high schools actually speak for them. So I mean, you paid for those school fees. So if you pay for those school fees, you might as well get the advantage or the privilege that comes with the school that you went to. So definitely put your high school. And even if you didn't go to like a very prestigious high school, you might find someone who actually relates to the fact that, let's say you studied in Kuchentane and now you actually went to Witwatersrand at Wits. So someone will be like, this is such a brilliant student, we need to get them into our program. So definitely do put your high school. And then the next thing you must put is your work experience. With your work experience, you start with the latest one as well. So what you're currently doing, what you currently have as your work experience, you put it at the top, and then you follow up with all your other work experience. For those who are students, your work experience also includes you being active in societies. Because you're a student, your work experience does not have to be about you working 10 years, you working whatever. Your work experience can be you being active in a society, you being a member of a society. Please put that work experience. And then when you put your work experience, you basically write the name of the company, your role, and then you detailed maybe 4 to 5 points of what you're doing, because they need to know what type of work were you doing there. And when you're detailing your type of work that you were doing, please use verbs. Let's say, for example, I work as an accounting and I do bookkeeping. I would say that I'm responsible for bookkeeping of the companies, like for something like along the lines of I want to do something that starts with a verb. I'm now struggling. Prepare monthly management accounts of clients, and say like of plus minus 20 clients. That would be my work experience. Like I'm a bookkeeper and I prepare management accounts. I'll say that prepare management accounts of 20 plus clients across South African region. Let's say I'm a cash book controller. I would say that prepare weekly reconciliation of the cash book account for the Southern African region. So be very specific and be very brief. Don't try to write too much on what you do. Realistically, or in an ideal situation, your work experience, like detailing, should be like one sentence. It should not be more than one sentence. But sometimes you do something that's very complex and it needs more detailing. You can definitely write that detailing, but try to keep it to like to 5 points, so that it's very brief and clear. And the whole reason why we need to keep it very briefly, we want the people to be interested. What more were you doing in this function? And you actually want them to read your CV quite quickly, because remember, when you're applying for a job, you're not the only one who's applying. There's some people that are applying. So keep it to like 4 to 5 points. If you have to do more, you also need to be the judge of your experience. You can put more. And ideally your CV should actually be 1 page, but if it needs to be 2 pages, that is totally okay as well. You can still put it as 2 pages. And then after you have your work experience, you can put your interest, and your interest should be aligned with the company that you're applying for. And it can also be something that's different, like something that's out of what's normal. Like you can say you like to read, you like to do that. It's okay. And you can have hobbies. That's still also fine. In general, guys, this is how a CV should look like. You can put a nice border around your CV, but that is not necessary. Try to do less art and try to be brief to the point, so that your CV has like, it's a 1-pager and it's easy to read. You don't want the recruiter to be going through your CV over like 2 hours. They need to skim through your CV and be able to see what are you about and what are you capable of doing and what are you looking for. Oh, the one thing that I forgot is that, so I said you put your name and your details at the top, and after that, please have a mission statement. I forgot that. So before you start talking about your education, have a mission statement. Your mission statement basically details what do you want to do, what are your career prospects, what are your career aspirations. do put a mission statement and check on Google how to write a mission statement. It's a very brief statement. It could be like 3 to 4 lines where you're saying that these are basically your career aspirations. You want to be in a certain role so that you can learn and develop to be a CSA. Like you want to train for psycho articles so that you can be a chartered accountant in 3 to 4 years time. That's what you put in your mission statement. On an overall briefing level, that's how your CV should look like. Your CV should not be more than 1 page if you are still a student. If you've been very busy throughout your high school life, let's say for example, some people had a very busy high school career, like they were involved in so many things. If those things are quite impactful and like, let's say you were recognized in the country for what, definitely put those things. And so you can put those things after your work experience. You can put your achievement. Basically, you're the top student of the Western Cape. Put those things. Those things are important. And this will not apply to everyone, but if you have it, definitely put it, because it's also critical that they see that you are someone of a certain caliber, like you are a top achiever. If you've once done Science Expo, put that you once did Science Expo. But guys, don't put things that happened more than 5 years ago. They won't be interested. Yeah, I don't think they're that interested if it's things that are more than 5 years ago. And someone once told me this information that if your experience is more than 5 to 7 years older, try not to put it. Like, you can't put your achievement that you did in primary school. Like, they're not relevant. But things that are critical that you did in high school, please put them. And that is all I can say about the CV. Don't forget to have it in PDF format. Do not keep your CV in a Word document. The format will change when it gets to the other side, and they might literally reject you because you have your CV in a Word document. Please keep your CV in a PDF document. Also guys, I'm so sorry, I'm actually quite sick, but I wanted to do this video because it's been it's overdue. Basically, it's overdue. I promised you guys this video on the 15th of April, and today we're on the 1st of May. So I just wanted to be out there. Like, I just want people to update their CVs before they apply. I'm assuming that people are applying for the jobs that I posted, and the earliest closing date is the 31st of May. So definitely please edit your CV with these things in mind. This is obviously not the only way to do a CV. You can have your additional things. This is not like the it or not. It's not an it or not. You could have more things that are good and that you should put, but I just wanted to highlight these things because some people actually don't know this information. And then now let's come to interview tips. So I recently helped someone who's actually a subscriber on my channel. They were going for an interview. No, they were going for a psychometric test at a bank, and they gave me feedback that the information I gave them, how I got the information, I inquired other people who once did the psychometric test with the bank, and the feedback was quite good. So that's why I thought, let me also just include interview tips here. For your interview tips, guys, please, first thing first, practice how you're gonna introduce yourself, because the first thing you say in an interview and the last thing you say is very important. If you start stuttering at the beginning of your interview and you started throughout the interview, they will not be impressed. So what you need to do is that prepare your introduction, who you are. So in an introduction of your interview is, hi, my name is, hi guys, nice to meet you. Obviously you are nervous, so you need to prepare this part. Hi guys, my name is Bangman. I graduated with this application with this degree from the University of this. I come from the city of what. Give them a bit of background and what you worked at. So your introduction in an interview is you summarizing your whole CV. Summarize your CV and give them extra details that you might not have put up in your CV. And then the other thing you need to prepare for is, why did you apply for this application? Why are you interested to work for the company? When you are preparing for this question, is that you need to research the company. You need to research, what does the company do? How do they align with you? And why are you interested in the company? And the third thing that you must prepare for is the technical side of the job that you applied for. They will ask you technical questions, so prepare like general questions. Like if you're applying for an accounting job, they might ask you like IFRS. Do you know IFRS? What do you know about IFRS? They might ask you about the critical topics in IFRS, like for example revenue. Just have some background of technical knowledge of the role that you're applying for. And the fourth thing that you must prepare for is a question to ask the interviewers about the role, because at the end they will give you a chance to ask a question. And if you're not sure what question to ask, please check the internet, Google, and prepare for your CV. And I think the fifth thing that you must do for your interview, please look presentable. Don't have too much makeup. Don't wear things that are too bright. Try to keep your colors very dim and very, not dim, but like have more neutral colors that are not as bright. Don't wear red to an interview, because people's perception of you might change. And prepare how you're going to speak. Prepare how you're going to look like. Like presentation is very important. Don't have revealing clothes. Don't wear like a t-shirt to an interview. Maybe try to wear a shirt, a blazer if you have, but if you don't have a blazer, that's still okay. You can just wear a shirt, formal pants, or you can wear a dress that is like knee-high with like nice comfortable shoes. Don't wear sneakers to an interview. And yeah, those are the general 5 tips I can give you on interviews. And I hope this video was really helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you get called up to an interview, you can hit me up on my social media platforms, and we can start preparing you for your interview. I work a lot with people one-on-one in my DMs. A lot of people have been going on interviews. A lot of people have been applying for jobs, and they would ask me directly. And obviously, I haven't been receiving a lot of those people. It's been like 3 to 4 people who are asking me, and I would talk to them. So please, if you have any further questions regarding CV and interview tips, drop them down below on the comment section. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video to someone who might be interested.